Hey everybody, this is Jeanette from Boricua Sewing and Crafts. This is another replay because once again I lost my video from the last live. But the last live was me talking about my Etsy shop and some of the things that I learned. And I did have a lot of good tips on there, and a lot of people have reached out to me. So I didn't want to lose the video because I know that this is something that can help somebody else out. So I'm hoping that this doesn't take the whole hour because, you know, I'm still without AC and it's pretty hot in this in the sewing room. So I'm like sweating. So I'm kind of like, ugh. Oh, hey Blanca, hey Renee, and hey Fred Jr. How you doing? So, I just want to give a recap of everything that I talked about when I did my Etsy video and stuff. And if I think Blanca, Renee, you guys were there at the live. And if I have forgotten anything or I say something wrong, hit that chat box, okay? So let me know. But I do have my notes. So I'm hoping that I hit everything down there. Okay, so let me start with all the tips that I had talked about when I did the videos, okay? One of the things that I did was I talked about how I started my Etsy shop. Okay, I started my Etsy shop about 2 years ago. The reason why I started it was because I made myself a Tesla shirt, and somebody wanted a Tesla shirt like mine, and I was doing the payments and everything. Hey, Diane, I was doing payments and everything using PayPal. But I wanted to, really start a business of my own. So I decided I was just going to do an Etsy shop. Hey, Joan, how you doing? And so I'm really glad you guys are able to chat in, because sometimes I worry that I do these lives and I won't have anybody on. But I think it's awesome. I really appreciate you guys supporting me and stuff. So anyway, let me go back to the Etsy shop, because that's one thing that I noticed when I rewatch my videos is sometimes I jump around a lot, and I really want to try to be as organized as possible, okay? So I'm not going to look at the chat box for at least 10 minutes, okay? Because I really don't want you guys to feel like I'm ignoring you guys, because, if you guys have questions, I do want to help you guys and everything, but I don't want to get sidetracked and stuff, okay? So, and I know this is a replay, and, there's a lot of things that I had talked about that I want people to really learn, because I think it would really be helpful. But anyway, going back to how I started was, I was making t-shirts and people wanted to buy. And, I was doing the transactions mostly using PayPal, but I really started to think about, oh, maybe this is something that I would want to do when I retire, because I'm supposed to retire in 5 years. Because I work for the federal government right now. So, I have 5 years left before retirement. So, after retirement, I was thinking I really want a career change. I don't want to do IT anymore or anything like that. And I really do enjoy sewing and doing embroidery. So I figured this is something that could be like my second career in life, something that I can do on the side, have fun, and if it takes off, great, and if it doesn't, then that's okay. I know how to make a lot of things for a lot of people, and it's a great way to make gifts and everything. So I decided I was going to do the Etsy shop, right? Because I heard a lot of people talk about it and stuff. And let me tell you guys a couple of things. One of the things you really got to think about when you're opening your Etsy shop is how you're going to name your store. And one of the things that I caution people about is when you're naming a store, make sure that you're not cornering yourself to one particular area or product. I spoke about a friend of mine that she opened up her own Etsy store, and when she was thinking about what to name it, hey Norma, when she was thinking about what to name it, she was doing, she was sewing a lot of pillows and stuff like that, and she made some really beautiful pillows. But the thing is that if you kind of name the store something pillows, then it's kind of like people are just going to assume that that's all you do. And she's really, really gifted. She knows how to do curtains. She knows how to do costumes. She was doing, she really knows how to sew. She's a very, very good seamstress. So I kind of thought that the name of the store was going to kind of like corner her in a way, right? When I named mine, when I first started, I selected the name Uniquely Transformed because I was thinking I'm taking things like a plain shirt or a towel or something, and then I'm kind of just modifying it so I'm unique. I'm transforming it to something unique. So I did uniquely. Yeah, it was Uniquely Transformed. But then when I went to fill out for my LLC, I wanted something a little more nicer. I just felt like Uniquely Transformed was kind of like plain. So that's when I changed, and I decided I'm gonna do Unique Designs for You LLC. So that's the name that I picked because I figured it's unique designs. I'm doing unique things for you, my customers, for my customer to use themselves or give as gifts and stuff like that. So, if you want to do an Etsy shop or any kind of business for that matter, really think about the name because the name is really going to, it's you. It's how you identify. And one of the things you don't want to do is you don't want to, like I said, you don't want to corner yourself. You don't just want to like say, like embroidery napkins or stitched napkins and stuff, because then people are going to say, oh, all she does or all he does is napkins. When, maybe you started off with that item, but then later on, as time goes on, you want to start growing. So, just something to think about, because, but if napkins is your passion and that's all you want to do and you really don't see yourself doing, go for it, but it's just something, that I had to really think hard on when I was naming my Etsy shop. And it's just something that I kind of advise people when they say, oh, I want to start a business. I'm like, that's awesome, but just think about what you want to name it. The other thing is listing your items. When I am listing my items in Etsy, one of the things that I like to do is I try to be as detailed as possible when I'm giving a description of what I'm trying to sell. Also, I like to give them options. Like, for instance, when I do my dinner napkins, I want to let them know you can pick all these different colors of napkins, and these are the different colors of threads. But I always put something in there also that says, hey, I take custom orders. So don't be afraid to let people know that even though you have something posted in your Etsy shop that is like maybe just a shirt, right? But you can say, I do custom shirts, because I have had customers that have reached out to me and say, hey, I really like that shirt that you have in your shop, but I'm looking something to have this design. Could you do something like this? Or can you personalize it or change it up a little bit, the colors and all that kind of stuff. So don't be afraid to always advertise that you take custom orders, because, we embroider, so we can design anything really, So, when you're listing your items, make sure that you use all the features also. Like, they have something called tagging. And tagging means how people search for things. So people, if you go into Etsy, right? And let's say you want to search for personalized dinner napkins. Put that tag on your listing, because if somebody types personalized dinner napkins, then your item's going to be part of that search results. I think I said that right. Search results. Okay, so so you want to put as many tags as you possibly can. I believe Etsy's limit is 13. And also, if you want to find out what are the best tags, check out this website, and it's free. I mean, you can pay if you want to upgrade it. I never paid because I know you're limited to the searches because they want you to pay. But I always go on it once in a while, and it does a little review of my Etsy store. And sometimes if I have an item, they have a keyword tool where you can type it in, and then it'll give you all these suggested tags, which I think is pretty cool. And the website is called erank.com, which is ERANK.com. And I found that out by watching somebody else on YouTube, and they mentioned that. And when they were talking about it, I was like, oh, what's that? And then I typed that up, And then I saw that and I was like, oh, and I started playing with it, and it also looks for errors on your listings. So I was, sometimes you're typing fast and you have a typo and stuff. It found typos in my listings. It also showed my inventory value and stuff. I mean, just check it out. It's pretty interesting. So if you have an Etsy shop, you may want to check out erank.com. I mean, I have not paid for it, so I don't know if there's a value if you were to actually pay for it. But I do know that you can log on that website and you can can get at least something out of it for free. And to me, just logging in and taking a look at my shop, I mean, it has been sufficient for me to just really check for spelling errors and look for keywords and stuff so I can better advertise my products in my shop. The other thing that I had talked about also was the pricing of your items. There's usually a rule of thumb in the world of embroidery that I hear a lot being repeated. Like people come out and say, "Hey, Tracy," I don't know if I said hi to you, but hey, everybody. Thanks for joining the replay and stuff. When it comes to the pricing of embroidery items, a lot of times people say they charge $1 per 1,000 stitches, right? Some embroidery files can be very large depending on how detailed it is. I have stitched out some embroidery files that had as little as 5,000 stitches, and then I had some that had as much as 60,000 stitches. So the thing is, sometimes I understand that rule of thumb because you are using thread, but I sometimes look at it like a shirt. If I'm doing like a shirt for someone, and depending on the name, depending on the design, that's going to determine the number of stitches that I'm going to use. And sometimes I don't want to really overprice things because then what happens is they're not going to want to buy. And so to me, and it's just because right now I'm really not doing any of this for profit. I'm really just doing it for fun. And it's just something that I want to eventually expand when I retire. And I'm not retired yet. So, and I really, I'm just learning. So I just kind of look at it as, okay, well, as long as I make enough money to pay for the supplies and stuff, or just break even, I'm okay, because the way I look at it is if you break even, then you really don't have to pay taxes. Well, so far I haven't had to, for the simple fact that, when you have your own business and you start selling, you have to pay taxes on your profits, and right now, I'm always at a loss. So because I'm at a loss, it's like, when I file my taxes, it's like, okay, I started this little business but these were all my expenses and this is my profit. So far my profit's always been less than what I actually spend on the business. So, when it comes to taxes, it's like I haven't been having to pay anything yet, So, but when I price my items, the way I do it is if I have something that I'm trying to sell, then I will go and I will search out to see what are other people selling that item for. And sometimes I see that prices are very, very high. Like, for instance, like for me, like the dinner napkins, I don't think that they're very expensive to make. Okay. However, though, when I go to some other websites and I see dinner napkins that are very similar to what I sell, they want like $25 to $22 for one napkin. I did up my price a little bit, so now I'm charging like $8.99 a dinner napkin. And what I'm finding is that what happens is people see those other dinner napkins that are very, very pricey, and they look at mine and it's like it's really the same. And she only wants $8.99 for it. So what happens is, like right now I have an order for 10. I had one for 4 and now I have one for 10. And I've got 3 that are already done, but I had to order more white dinner napkins so I could complete the 10. order, the order of 10. So, to me, it's like I get really most of the sales for the dinner napkins for the simple fact that I'm really not hyping up all the price for it. Hey, Barbara, I'm not hyping up my prices too much. So, I mean, right now, my whole thing is as long as I cover the cost of all the materials and stuff like that, then I'm okay. You know, I do know that you have to pay for your time, or you have to consider the time that it takes and stuff. But right now, for what I'm doing, it's okay. So I don't really, I don't worry too much about it. Maybe down the line in the future, as the store begins to grow and I offer more products and stuff, maybe the prices will go up. I'm not sure, because I'm just may want to just keep doing it as just a fun hobby, and as long as I can, pay for the expenses of part, be good. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I never ran a business before. This is my first time running one, and I have to admit it's a lot of fun. And I am learning a whole lot about it and stuff. So, all right. So I talked about when you pick your name for your Etsy shop, when you're pricing your items, and when you're listing your items. Also, I want to talk to you about when you start, when you're shipping, right? There's certain things that you should consider when you're shipping. Consider how you package your items. Always make them look really nice, because when you are sending things out to customers and they first receive their products, how you package it also kind of says something about your store, and how much you care about it. So I usually like to make sure that I package everything nicely neat. I always have it in a nice clear plastic bag. And then I like getting these little cute shipping bags. I get these off of the Amazon. There's a whole bunch of different styles. Like I have this one. These are small. I use these for when I mail out my face masks for customers. Then I have like stuff like this when people order shirts. See, this one has thank you in the back, and it's cute little bags, and they're good shipping bags. Here's another one. So I get these off of Amazon. They're not that expensive. And you got to remember too, when you have your own business and stuff, these are all tax write-offs. You keep track of all your expenses. This is a business expense, So, I it's really important when you're packaging your items. And another thing that I do that I think is that seems to people really like is every time I print out an order from Etsy, I like to handwrite a note to the customer saying thank you so much for buying from me and also supporting my small business. I always like to do a little note. And if I have a repeat customer, I always like to put a little extra on the note, because I want them to know that I'm aware that they're a repeat customer and that I really do appreciate their support and stuff. Also, another thing that I do is let me show you. I also always include one of these cards. I'm going to put it up here so hopefully. And it's like a thank you card. And one of the things is, I don't know, I think it was a little blurry, but it says our goal is to earn your 5%, your 5-star positive feedback. If there's an error, please contact us before leaving neutral or negative feedback. So I like, it's really important for people to leave you reviews on your shop and your products. Because it really helps your store. Because if you have a new customer that has never purchased from you before, I know me personally, I like to read reviews. And, like when I'm buying embroidery files from Etsy, if I see, from another Etsy shop, I like to read the reviews. And if I see that, that they say, oh, their files always stitch out great and stuff like that, then I have more confidence in buying that file from them. So to me, it's like, it really helps your shop, because, it helps you attract new customers. And also there have been times also where I have kind of like messed up, someone had ordered maybe like 2 or 3 masks, and I've even had people like order 6. And I remember when the virus first hit, I mean, if people were asking for masks like crazy, I was getting the orders and stuff, and it's just me. So, and I'm working full time, so it's a lot. So it was like I was working during the day, and then in the evening, I was sewing masks, printing out the orders, packaging them up. So, there were about like one or two of them where I did screw up, and I kind of shorted someone a mask. But as soon as they, let me know and said, "Oh, you screwed up my mask," and so I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." So usually, what I'll do is instead of replacing the one, I would send them two, and next thing you know, they would leave me a feedback saying, "Oh, I got my mask. I love them. And if you have a problem with your order, just reach out to her. She's really good to work with. She makes sure to make things right." So those types of reviews do help because, it tells customers that, you are the type of person that you're not going to blow them off, um, and to me, the customer service is really, really important, especially in today's society. Sometimes I don't feel that customer service is what it used to be, like before you would call someone and, all you get is these dial, you got to dial one, then dial three, before you talk to a human. So it's like, so to me, it's like custom, when you have to, work with someone and you make it right, it's kind of refreshing. I know it's refreshing to the customer, so, you know, um, it's just something for you guys to think about, if you want to start, your own little shop and stuff. Another thing also that I found very helpful for me was using for the shipping option in Etsy was very, very good. I saved a lot of money on shipping costs. In the very beginning, the first year that I had the Etsy shop opened, I wasn't even using that capability. I was just packaging the items and I was just going, putting the bags in the car. And, after I finished working at night, I would put everything in the car. Then in the morning, I would go to work. And then after work, I go straight to the post office and drop off everything, wait online in the counter. And I was paying like full price. I had no idea that if I had just used the shipping capability off of Etsy, I was getting discounted mailing rates. So I lost a lot of money on that. And then what I ended up doing was then I found out about shipping, get a good shipping printer, good printer for shipping labels. And I have a Rollo printer, which I like very much. And it's very, very easy. You get a kitchen scale and I just measure the package. On my kitchen scale, I just, get the weight, make sure that you always put in a little extra on the weight, because if you don't weigh your package correctly, the post office will ship it back to you. And then what will happen is you're going to have an unhappy customer because that package went to La La Land. They found out that the postage wasn't correct. And then before you know it, you got it. And then, they're pissed off because they didn't get the product when they thought they were going to get it, and you have to reship it. And in those cases, I would just recommend that you apologize and just give them back their money and don't worry about it or whatever. But, it happens. So, I mean, it hasn't happened to me yet because I always round it off a little higher. Because I'm always afraid of that. I don't want that to happen. So that's how I've been doing the shipping. But in the very beginning, when I started, I was not even using the shipping capability in Etsy. And then when I started to learn about it and look into it, because I started getting tired going to the post office all the time and having to stand on that line. And if you have your shipping labels already pre-made, pre-printed, and stuck on the thing, on your package, all I had to do was go inside and put it on their counter. They sometimes had a bin, and I would just put it in the counter, and then I got to leave, because sometimes that line in that post office would be very, very, very long. So, it's just something else for you to think about, because it would save you money too, because I could only imagine how much money I would have saved if I had used that from the very beginning, because they do give you a discounted rate. and stuff. And I didn't know that and stuff. Another thing that I think about is when you're taking pictures of your items for your listing, try to take as many as possible. Now I'm gonna be honest, if you guys had gone to my shop, my some of my listings look nice, and then I have some where you could tell that it's like, okay, Jeanette, you got lazy, or what the hell happened to you there? Because the issue that I have is I'm using everything with my iPhone. And sometimes the lighting isn't right. And I try to do the lighting, and then I'll get a glare, and then I'll go to my living room or my dining room or anywhere to try to, get the right lighting, and it's just not working right. And, sometimes I just say, oh, screw it. Hopefully this is good enough. And then I'll just put it out there, and, but in all honesty, it really is because time is kind of like an essence with me, because I'm still working. But I bet you if this was full time, oh, I would have one day as a photo day where I could just do nothing but take photos of all my products and make sure that they're perfect and everything. So, but I am going to get better, because like I said, I'm just starting, and, I looked at it as I'll excel at this 5 years from now, hopefully, So, and I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. Now, this is something new that Etsy's doing. Not only do you get to load pictures of your product on Etsy, but now you can actually put in a video of the product. So when I saw that, I was thinking that's pretty neat, because what would really be nice is, like, let me give an example, the dinner napkins, right? I have my listing with my dinner napkins, and I have all the pictures. It would be really nice to show a little clip of a video of me embroidering one of the dinner napkins. So that way they could see that they are actually handmade. Well, are they handmade? Because the machine's doing it. But hey, there they are. I pressed the button. So that pressing that button counts for something. So they could see me pressing the button and the machine going up and down and embroidering a napkin. So, I was thinking about that. I was thinking, I could do a little video of all the kitchen towels that I made, just put that on there. And that would be, pretty cool, and it gives it a more, I don't know, a good look, and stuff. I say homemade. It should be homemade. Yes, Sarah, I agree. Even, yeah, I'm going to say homemade too. Because, it takes a lot of planning before you press that button. That plan, the stabilizer, the thread, and everything else. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. So, let's see. Taking pictures. Okay, reviews, asking for feedback. I mentioned that. I mentioned the little cards. I always put these little cards. The only time I don't put a card in is if someone ordered a gift. Right? Because a lot of times I'm not shipping it to the person that bought the item. I'm shipping it to the person that they're buying it for. So I'm not going to, put that in there. So I'll just kind of like leave this out on that, because it's a present, So, but when people buy, I always make sure I have a feedback card in there and stuff. Also, another thing is when you start your Etsy shop, the more stuff you have listed on there, the more chances you're going to get. Keep your listings fresh. So, as one of the things, and that's true, is something that I myself have to work on. Like, for instance, I'll have some of the stuff that I'll post on our Facebook group. Like, I think I put my niece's 21st birthday shirt on there. I made that shirt for her. It came out really, really cute. But the thing is, once again, when I was taking the picture, it didn't really do justice, because the 21, I used vinyl with sparkles on it. And for some reason, it just didn't really take. But now that you have the video, I have a strong feeling that if I would have put the picture and then I would put a video holding the shirt and, showing the shirt in different angles and stuff, I bet you that would have came out really nice, you know, and stuff. But I'm like, that's okay, you know. I mean, so that's all right. But I do have to, me myself personally, I know I have to do better on listing more items, because there are a lot of times when I will make a gift for someone and it came out really nice, and I give it to them, and I never got a picture. I never got a picture, and where I could have had it as a listing on my site, and somebody else could have bought it. You know, I mean, somebody else could have won it. You know, like I went to a birthday party this past weekend, and you know, a little boy turned 4. So I did a 4-year-old birthday shirt with his name on it, and it came out really cute. But I didn't even take a picture. So I was just like, and I could have put that on my site, but I didn't, and stuff. Let me see what else. Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of the same thing I'm saying. I said grow your inventory. Yes, keep, you know, grow your, you know, and what I'm saying by growing too is, as we are learning these machines and we're learning how to embroider, we're going to be learning, you know, about how to do it on different things, you know, like book bags and all that kind of stuff. So, book bags, towels, napkins, shirts, onesies, um, you know, jean jackets. My girlfriend, she embroidered on a jean jacket. She went and she bought a jean jacket for her grandson, and she got a beautiful design, and she embroidered it on the back of the jean jacket. So there's just so many things. So, you know, grow your inventory and stuff, because I know I got to work on mine and stuff, because there's so many times when I'm doing stuff and I just don't post it out there, and I really should. And I did last time gave a shout out to 2 of the subscribers. I was at my neighbor's grandson's birthday party, and they were asking me about my YouTube channel. And then I was telling them, I said, yeah, the channel's growing. I had at that time, I think it was like 631 subscribers. So they took their iPhones out. They were like, oh, we're going to subscribe. So shout out again to 633 and 632, which is Damien and Janice and stuff. And yeah, and I think when I checked this morning, subscribers are up to 645, something like that, which I'm like, oh, that's not bad. I mean, you know, I'm really glad that, and a lot of people, you know, have been reaching out and telling me that they really do enjoy the videos and that they are learning a lot. And I'm glad, because to be honest, I mean, that's what I want this channel really to be about. I want to teach everybody, you know, about this craft, you know, because it is fun. It's really neat and stuff. Also, I wanted to mention to you guys about QuickBooks. That is something that I was not doing. I spent this whole week doing QuickBooks. I went and I finally got QuickBooks for self-employed. And the reason why I was doing that is because I was keeping like a spreadsheet and stuff. And someone was telling me, you got to do QuickBooks because it's a lot easier. Etsy imports into QuickBooks. It'll import all of your sales, your fees, and your shipping costs. However, though, I do buy a lot of my products off of Amazon and other places. I go to Allstitch and all that. But it's okay, because you can go to their websites and then you can just look at your orders and get a history and download the invoices, the receipts, and everything. So that's what I spent this whole week doing, catching up. So what did I learn? I learned that from the beginning, that you start your little business, get QuickBooks, and start documenting, because it is not fun when you have to backtrack and put it in. Because I was backtracking from now all the way till January. And in 2019, I really did kind of start selling on Etsy in 2019. I didn't put all my information in QuickBooks. I mean, I did it all on spreadsheets. So now I'm putting in 2019's expenses all in there. And QuickBooks actually, there were a lot of things that I didn't even think about. Like, for instance, I get to write off this room, for taxes, because this room it's not really, it's a bedroom per se in this house, but I use it strictly for my embroidery business. Let me see. I was wondering, oh, is there a big difference between the Brother Scan and Cut and the Cricut? Sarah, I don't know. I am not really familiar with the Scan and Cut. I've heard of it from Brother, but I've always used the Cricut. I've been using the Cricut now for 5 years, and I started with the Cricut Explorer. And then what I did was I decided that I wanted to upgrade to the Maker because the Makers increased their capability. You were able to now cut cardboard, and now you're able to cut fabric. So that's the whole other reason why I went into sewing too, was because, the Maker started doing all that stuff. So I was like, okay. And then what I did is with my, the Explorer, the old Cricut machine, what I did was I cleaned it up, and then I gifted it to a girlfriend of mine that lives in Tennessee because she wanted a Cricut, but, they could get kind of pricey, and the Cricut worked great and stuff. So I called her husband up, and then I said, hey, I want to give her my Cricut. And he said, okay. And then what he did was he bought the supplies, like her weeding tools, and, got her a starter kit, and I showed up with the machine. So, and then to make it fun, I did a sign for her, and I, on purpose, I left out a letter I in a word. So when she read the sign, she was like, oh, it's listed an I. And I said, oh, it's not a problem. I got a machine. We can get it fixed. And then when she opened the box, she saw the Cricut had her name on it. And it was like my little intro to teach her how to make it. So she was like really excited and everything. And it was a great surprise for Angie. She loved that, so, but I don't know too much about the Brother Scan and Cut, but this is what I would do is I would do a research, I would do a, don't know much about the Cricut, but you can scan with the Scan and Cut. The only one they have out now has an adjustable blade. Yeah, I don't think Cricut allows you to scan. What I do with Cricut is I get to upload. I have to find an image, right? And once I have an image, I have to convert it to a SVG file. And then I upload it to Cricut and stuff. I really haven't needed to, and then once you have it uploaded, then you do it in Design Space. They call, Cricut calls it Design Space, and in Design Space you can cut it on your machine and stuff. But yeah, I don't know too much about it. But it looks like Barbara gotcha and stuff. I wonder, Barbara, if you have one. Do you have Scan and Cut? Now I'm curious. I wonder about the Scan and Cut. But see, this is dangerous. This is the danger side of the embroidery of arts and crafts and everything, okay? There's so many products out there because as you can see my room, okay? Every time there's something new, I'm like, oh, I want to try that. And the next thing you know, you're coming home with it. You're coming home with it. That's why I tell people this can be a very, very expensive hobby because there's always there's so many different types of scissors. There's so many different types of stabilizers, so many different types of threads. Now there's so many different types of vinyl cutters. So many different types of heat vinyl transfers, different brands and stuff like that. Different embroidery machines, different sewing machines, different heat presses. So it can be like, ugh, like, oh God, so I kind of told myself that I was going to try not to buy any more gadgets for at least a month. But I did that after I bought this, which I'm going to be doing video. And I think I put this, I'm going to show you guys. I just got this from Amazon, okay? there's a reason why I bought the 4-in-1 too. And I will explain that in the video. I'm going to be filming how to use a repositioning hoop on the SE 1900. And that's the big hoop, which is a 5x12. Okay. I will explain all that. The thing is, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been filming too much because we are still without an AC. And our AC is supposed to be installed tomorrow. So Carlito promised me that he will video me while I am making the design and brilliance in order to use this hoop. And then also I'm going to show you the whole thing from the very beginning to the very end. And the plan is I'm going to be embroidering a towel. And on the towel, I'm going to use the big one. So that way we can see how this works when you reposition that. Because like I said, you know, in the SE 1900, you have a 5x7 hoop. And sometimes you want a bigger hoop. And I'll show you tomorrow. I have the biggest hoop that I could use on my multi-needle machine. It's very, very comparable to this one. So, and I just got the 4 set, and I'll explain it. It's just cheaper to do the 4 set because when I tried to buy the one hoop individually, the price for the one, I mean, you were talking about like, I think it was like $7 more for me to get all these extra hoops. So I figured, oh, what the hell, you get more for your money. So I ended up getting the embroidery hoops 4 for 1 and stuff. Okay, so I do plan on doing that video tomorrow after I have AC, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm sweating right now. I mean, it's hot in this room. And last night I slept in the basement because I don't know how my husband does it. He slept like a baby in that heat, and I couldn't do it. I was just like, I kept twisting and turning, and then, you know, you take a cold shower, then I went back to bed, then I took another cold shower, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to the basement because the basement, the AC works down there. Okay, so, all right, getting off sidetrack. Okay, let me see. I think I got everything. Wow, that was pretty good. And I think I have only been on for maybe a half hour. Yeah, I have like 40 minutes and stuff. Let me see. Does anybody have any questions and stuff? I know that Sarah had the question about the scan and cut. Scan and cut. And it looks like Barbara was able to answer her question. I heard you don't need to hook a computer to a scan and cut, and that's got the computer built in. Oh, I didn't know that. Sarah said no more gadgets for at least 6 months. Yeah, well, as long as my sales can help pay for it, then I think Fred is okay. I think my husband will he'll probably get pissed off when he sees that we got to pay taxes because, but so far everything's been pretty good because we've had no profit. Now the Cricut also connects to the computer as well. It has Bluetooth, and it also has the wire where you can connect it. I find it works better when I connect it from using the wire, and my Cricut is really like right here. It's not that far. So because when I tried using it with the Bluetooth, sometimes I found that it took a long time to connect. And I just said, and heck with it. I mean, it's right next to it. So I just have it wired in on my Cricut. So let me see. Oh, Blanca. Oh, she has both. I use the scan to just cutting out images using my stamping for cards. And then I use my Cricut for scrapbooking. And I use my Cricut, Blanca, for t-shirts also. For heat vinyl transfer, I use the Cricut. I've used the Cricut for, for making signs. Let me show you a sign that I make for friends of mine. Here. This is really cute. I do this for my friend. He's a realtor. And this is using my Cricut machine. Just this is the vinyl. I just get this from Michael's, and then I paint it. This, I just take, you get a picture of the house, just print it out on sticker paper, they call it sticker paper, put it out there. And then I just, this is the vinyl, Oracle 651. And, that's it. And, my friend, he does, realtor. He's a realtor. So when he has a closing, sometimes he'll reach out to me and stuff, and I'll make a sign for him. And, he seems to like it. So, I mean, it makes a great gift, a nice thank you gift. And I also made that for my girlfriend. She bought a home, and I made one for her as well. And, they really like it too, and stuff. So, I mean, I love the Cricut cards. I do cards with the Cricut too. I think you said that. I think you do scrapbooking or something like that. But, yeah, there's a lot of things. It's really funny because when I first bought the Cricut, the Explorer, I think I paid like $200 for it. And I was kind of afraid because I was kind of like, oh, am I going to get my money's worth, right? And then you really do. And then and I think I go through this with everything. Then when I went from the Explorer to the Maker, I don't know if you guys remember when the Maker came out, they were close, I think, to like 500 if I remember correctly. And I was kind of like, damn, that's a lot of money. Am I going to get the money off of that? But then I started cutting heat vinyl transfer, and I started making T-shirts and stuff. And people were buying T-shirts from me, so I kind of made the money back on that, And then I bought my sewing machine, which was $185. Then I liked it. Then I wanted to upgrade to the SC1900, which was $1,000. And then I was kind of like, oh God, am I going to make money off of that? But I did because I sold a lot of masks, So if you really think about it, the sales of the mask cover the cost of the machine. And, what I really love is that's what introduced me to embroidery. And I really, really, really love embroidery, which now I'm looking at this big baby. And, I mean, it's okay. It's all right. But I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, now that I know about the repositioning hoop, to me, is it worth a multi-needle machine? I guess it just depends. It just depends. I mean, sometimes I do get big orders and I need the multi-needle machine because what I like about that, oh, I just got a sale on Etsy. Okay. So, because what I like about the multi-needle machine is that it changes colors on its own. You don't have to keep threading the machine. So that saves you a lot of time. I don't know. I kind of sometimes like the single needle because I enjoy watching the whole process. I mean, I don't know. I guess you guys understand, it's like just watching that needle go up and down. And I just feel that it's just simpler. I don't know. I just do. I just prefer that machine. That's my favorite. I touch this one when I have to do a hat or if I just really need a big embroidery space. And now that I got the repositioning hoop and I'm going to try it out tomorrow, I have not done this yet. So on the video, one of the things that I told Cardito was I wanted to video me learning the whole thing. So I already have an idea what I need to do. I'm going to use Embrilliance Essentials, and you need to pick the right hoop. You got to position your stuff. And then when you save the file, I believe that the software is supposed to save 2 separate files. So that way it stitches out half of it. Then you take the hoop and then you reposition it. And then it's supposed to stitch out the other half. So we'll see how that goes. So no matter what, if that video is a success or not, ooh, I am sweating. I'm going to put it out there because whatever mistake I make, you guys can learn from it and stuff. So, it's kind of funny because this can really be a pricey habit. It really can. So you really just got to watch it and stuff like that. So I think I covered everything that I had talked about. Once again, I am so sorry. And I think now I know what's happening. They have the delete forever button so close to the edit button. And I'm not sure, but I am thinking that I am hitting that delete button by mistake, being in a rush. So now I gotta just stop. I gotta slow down and really don't be click crazy, and just watch what I'm doing so I don't delete any of the videos and stuff, because I really do like those lives and stuff. And I also wanted to mention also, you know last week I had changed the embroidery happy hour to a Saturday. I will go back to the Fridays. The reason why I had did that was because we just had dinner plans that one night. So there may be some times that I'll have to do it on a Saturday instead of a Friday, but I'm going to try to aim for the happy hour Fridays, because a lot of you guys did reach out and say you really do like the Fridays. So I'm going to try to do that. And then, for those that just can't do the live, I mean, you can always watch the replay and stuff, and, always email me and stuff, and, questions and stuff, and I'll be sure to help you out. So the channel right now is up to 600, and I think I'm at 645. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Subscribers. So we are growing. We have a Facebook group. I called it Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. So please join the Facebook group, because I really want that to be a place where we can share our projects and help each other out, so we can teach each other and learn stuff. Let me see. Is there anything else out there? Oh, if you're doing appliques, you can scan and cut appliques and stitch, and you don't have to cut them out. Oh, Barbara's on this. Yes, that lady knows. She knows her scan and cut. You go, lady. Let's see. Can't wait for the video. Yes, and hopefully, and I won't be sweating. Yeah, I can't wait for the AC. I mean, it's been a while, because we had to go to get several estimates and stuff, and we finally got an AC, and they're supposed to come at 8 o'clock in the morning to install it tomorrow. And I am going to be so happy to have that, because it's going to be much more comfortable in here. Because right now, the way I'm embroidering is I come in and I embroider, and it's like I put the hoop on and set up everything, and I press the button and I run out of the room, because it's hot. It's really, really hot. So it's like, ugh. So it's really uncomfortable and stuff. So tomorrow I'll have my AC and it'll be good. I mean, I literally know now the meaning of a sweatshop, because, man, this is bad. It really is bad. Okay, let me see if you aren't really... If you don't have a website and you aren't really a business but still want to sell items that you make on Etsy, what do you do to get started? Okay, if you go to Etsy, I think it's called Sell Etsy. It's very, very easy. You just you don't have to have a business license or anything. I didn't have a business license in the beginning. I just did my LLC because someone told me that it was a good idea to do, because this is something that I plan to expand, hopefully. But just go to Sell Etsy. Type up Sell Etsy. It's really, really self-explanatory. But Sarah, if you need help, hit me up and I'll walk you through it and stuff. It is really, really, really simple. It's not hard. I did have a little bit of challenge on the listings though, because I didn't really understand too much how the listings work. But once you get it, then you're like, oh, okay, this is not bad. So Sarah, if that's something that you want to do and you need help, let me know. Let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you with that, okay? And stuff. Hit the thumbs up, ladies. Yep, hit the thumbs up, ladies. Thank you, Renee. Maybe that's why I'm slow with the subscribers, because I get right into the topic, and I forget to tell people subscribe to my channel, hit my thumbs up, leave comments below. If you have questions, please reach out to me. Again, in the comments, I am going to put down the Facebook group. It's Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. Okay. I believe we have, I think, 35 members right now and stuff. So, just go on in there and, and join the Facebook group so that way, we can all you can learn from each other and stuff like that. And if you know other people out there that might be interested in watching the channel and learning a couple of things and sharing ideas and stuff, please let them know about my the channel and stuff. I mean, this is I just started this a couple of months ago, you know, and it's really, my goal is really just to share information and help people out. And at the same time, as you guys are learning from me, I can probably learn from some of you guys as well, because I know some of you guys have reached out to me about certain things. Like, I know I've heard from Blanca, I've heard from Miss Miles. Miss Miles was the one that was telling me about the repositioning hoop. She was like, I want to try this. And I was like, what is that? And then, she was texting me on Facebook, and I was just like, oh, I want to try it. And she was like, do a video on that. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a video on me trying it. That way we can see how easy it is, and stuff. And, it's like, it's just something that, I don't know. This is just something that I just thought would be fun to do. Get to meet other people out there that share this interest and see if we can learn from each other. So anyway, once again, everybody, I'm going to say good night for now. And thank you so much for, joining me in this live. I mean, I know it's a replay from what I did, and I accidentally hit that button again. That's what I think happened. God, I hope so. But I'm going to really start to be very, very careful about, how I click around my YouTube channels to make sure I don't mess up anything. Okay. So, great. Thank you. I'm a little technical challenge. Oh, Sarah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I mean, look, we are all starting. We all learn. Before you know it, shoot, you're going to probably beat me in sales. I'll be like, you go, girl. So anyway, so like I said, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really, really appreciate it. Love you guys. Happy embroidery. And I will be creating the video tomorrow with AC, with Carlito as my cameraman. And I will see you guys also at the next Happy Embroidery Hour, which will be this Friday at 8 o'clock. I will be posting the new live link. Plan on doing that tomorrow as well, hopefully. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night. Love you guys. Be careful. Be safe. And have a good one. All right. So see you guys. Bye.